So, how many of you really want to get out there and share the truth of people's lives with them so they can engage with their lives and hear that truth and get on with their life purpose? Put your hands up. Yeah. This is what this is all about. Okay. Okay. So, you want to start?
Yeah, okay. So my name's Ahlmeirah, and I'm really, really happy and excited to see every one of you. And I want to start by welcoming you and acknowledging the part in you who has decided to try something new, who wants to go forward, who wants to learn more about the truth, more about love, more about who you are, and play with us in the next 4 days. This is a very powerful training. I did it like 11 years ago. I remember I had an astrology reading from someone else, and she said to me, "Oh, you're going to be giving readings," and I thought, yeah, I used to be a doctor at the time. I thought, that's really weird. And she was right. Within 6 months I was giving readings. And I remember receiving the brochure from Nicolas, and it was like, oh, I have to do this training. Absolutely. It's such a deep resonance just with the energy of the course. And I've been doing it now for 11 years, and I haven't got bored with it, because it's a tool that helps you to see someone's truth. Why are they here in this lifetime? And of course, because we're all completely unique, it makes each of us extremely interesting. And at this point, obviously, I'm teaching it, and that's where my passion is, that's where my juice is. But I hope you fully engage with this process and use it to empower yourselves and also to empower others. So I'm going to give a little bit of information about myself. Some of you don't know me at all, or a little tiny bit. I'm a French girl originally, so with a little funny accent. My mum and dad moved to Ireland when I was 5, so I grew up there. And then I moved here 10, 11 years ago. I used to be a doctor, normal GP, and then I left medicine and I became a healer and a reader and all the other weird and wonderful things that we do. I have a son who's 9, and Nicolas and I used to be married partners, and we separated about 18 months ago, and we're still excellent friends, and as you can see, we work together. And what I'm about, what I'm really interested in is helping people to remember who they really are. One of my attributes, or whatever gifts I want to call it, is I often see people's essence, because they show it to me. I don't go looking for it, they show it to me. And then I sort of mirror it back, so you can remember who you really are. And I do that mostly through love and empowerment. That's always been my thing. Even when I was a GP, I wanted to empower everyone, which didn't really work in general practice. But I'm finally in the right job. So, yeah, I just want to say really welcome, and hope you really enjoy the 4 days with us. We're about empowering, and we're about being who we are, and we're about the truth. And we're not perfect, we're humans, we make mistakes, but we're here to empower you as much as we can and help you grow and also enjoy. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm Nicolas. Some of you don't know me. I come from New Zealand originally, and I was travelling around the world. I trained as an engineer a long time ago. Probably won't believe this really strong urge to travel around the world. And on my journeys, I ended up in Arizona, and I was very much drawn to the work of Frank Alpa, who channeled through this whole system. And I still remember very distinctly going into this hotel room and having this reading, because it really drew me. And he read my whole life in an hour. And for the first time, someone had explained my entire life. Why all this weird stuff had happened and I couldn't make any sense of it at all. And then I left that reading feeling I've got to learn how to do this. I've got to share it with others because it was so profound. It was the first reading I had of any kind, actually. And so I learnt it. That same year I learnt over a week's course this work. And so what I did is I came to England after that to live here for a couple of years. That was 1990, but now it's 20 years later. And I worked in normal corporate sort of environment for quite a long time. I worked in satellite communications, wore a suit and did all those sort of things. And then one day I was on holiday in Spain and it was like, I can't do this anymore. It's going to kill me. It's going to kill me. How many of you had that experience? I can't do this. And so I worked out a way to exit and started this business. Sort of part-time and then made it full-time. And my idea was just to share this sort of work I'd learnt, and to bring truth and clarity to people and help them awaken. It was a bit fuzzy in those days, and then I met Ahlmeirah and we formed the Centre for Conscious Ascension, and then it became clear it was to empower people with the truth, help them work through the challenges of the karmic patterns that they have, and to get on with their lives, because I used to sit on the train with the grey people. I was on the train once and a guy had a heart attack right in front of me. I was the one who pulled the chain. It was Monday morning, 9 o'clock. He clearly didn't want to go to work. And it sort of really struck me. You know, they might have got an ambulance just in time at the station. But most people do things they don't like doing because they haven't found out what their true path is, and that they get trapped in their karmic patterns, and then they die. You know, a lot of people die 6 months after retiring, especially men, because there's no purpose. They're disconnected from purpose, even though they weren't fully aligned to it, at least they had something. And so that sort of really stayed with me, and it was like, can we get people aligned to their purpose so they can live a joyous life, a fulfilling life for a change, rather than dying slowly on the 2-hour commute to work. I go into London maybe once a year on rush hour, and it's like, it's horrible. Oh my God. So there can be, it's an opportunity to empower people with the work I do, Ahlmeirah and I do, so they can live a better life and a more fulfilling life and move out of what seems to be patterns which have trapped them, but there actually is a way if you know the map, if you know the soul contract, if you know what you actually have to work through to get out of it, because that was only there to as a context to overcome, because most people get trapped by the context of their life. So this is what I want to share with you in these 4 days, how to help people understand the context, and most especially, what do they do about it? How can you help empower them to move through that and live a better life and share their gift with the world? So I'm really looking forward to sharing this with you, because even after 20 years of doing this, it's like I still love doing readings. It's one of my favourite things to do, because it's bringing truth to people is such a joy. So I just invite you just to engage with the process, and we'll take you through step by step, and to share this amazing truth, really, an energy transmission with people.
That's the key thing that people don't realize is, the educational system is always focused on what's wrong with us, what we're not good at, and trying to make us better at what we're not good at. I see my son, he's very, very talented at many things. He's a fantastic mathematician, and he's a very creative writer and lots of things, but his writing is terrible. And guess what happens? Every day he gets told off for his writing. So instead of, in his mind, I'm really good at this, this, and this, in his mind is, I'm bad at writing. And this is one of the things that that I see in everyday life, is that we don't realise our talents and gifts, most of us. Every single one of us is so full of gifts and abilities and qualities, and if we all let those radiate out, it would be heaven on earth. It would, if we all did that. And it's kind of part of this work is about this. It's about you stepping into your gifts and your qualities, instead of thinking of, oh, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that, I could be better at that. Yeah? It's like you've got, every single one has got so much potential, so much to give, so much to share. To hear from each of you one quality that you have. Okay, so I'm going to start because it's my game. One of my qualities is that I speak the truth. What's your quality, dear?
One of my qualities is I'm empowered.
Okay. So just to summarise all the lovely qualities in the group, we've got speaking the truth and empowerment, we've got empathy, caring, openness, helping people to make them happy and feel happy and empowered, truth, love, kindness, empowering people, more truth and lots of focus. So I'll say something about the energy of the group. This work, as you probably realised, is about finding out the truth. And on the way to finding out the truth, there can be shaky moments, and you're all here to embody this work, not just to bring it through your mind, but also to bring it through your body. And so over the course of the next few days, you may have bits when you're really excited and really inspired, and then bits when you're like, shaky and scared, or depressed, or feeling like you're not good enough, or whatever. And I want to invite you to be okay with that. We're okay with that. We're okay with all of it. We're here to support you through it. And when you can go with the waves, you go much deeper. Okay, so there's lots of support. There's a whole group. There's a thing that you can do at the break, to have a little break and kind of re-energize your system. It's called Tachyon Cocoon. Talk a little bit more about it later. But just let yourselves ride the waves, because usually when we go from one state of order to a higher level order, there's a state of chaos in the middle. Yeah? And a lot of people want to go from order to higher order in an orderly fashion. It doesn't happen like that. Usually there's some letting go and things going a little bit out of control and along the way. Okay, so I invite you to just allow that to happen. We'll hoover at the end. Clean up all the little detritus. So, Nicolas and I, we've been working on ourselves for years, and we're well used to processing and emotions flying all over the place and so on and so forth. And by the sounds of it, there's lots of healers in the group. So, I just want to invite you to be okay with that. And, often when we allow ourselves to go deep, then we go higher. It goes like that.
The new water may not be apparent initially, but the mind may want to go look for, where is that new water that Ahlmeirah talked about. But just relax into the moment and allow your system to realign to the higher order in its own natural way. Just surrender to whatever's coming up, it's fine. Don't feel it has to be a certain way, otherwise you'll just get in your own way. And it will come, and you'll be more aligned to the work, and then it will just flow nice and easily through you. So you may not consciously grasp all the things that your system is doing, but it's trying to align itself, and it will get there. Just surrendering to it.